Hello, good evening in between. CynicalChinchilla here, and I'm going to talk about the international series to do with the NFL that play the games in London. Yes, if you didn't know, I am a 30-year fan of the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, I'm a UK fan, and I followed it way before the internet came along. I used to listen to it on a funny little radio, which I used to tune into, Armed Forces Radio. And I used to listen to that and then watch highlight show about a week later of all the games that I obviously hadn't seen. I'd only listened to on the radio. And I got into the 49ers because I saw them in a Super Bowl on the channel here. And I happened to see the 49ers and Dolphins playing in Super Bowl 19, yeah, all the way back then. Anyway, now you know I'm an NFL fan. And I'm going to talk about the games in Wembley. There's right now the NFL playing 3 games at Wembley Stadium in London, and they're part of the regular season. You'd think I'd be all for it and that. The 49ers have been over here and a couple of regular season games as well. And I haven't been to see them. I'm not talking about because I can't afford to go and all that stuff. That's a different issue. It's the fact that they're taking home field advantage away from the Miami Dolphins. A hot weather team basically, 30 degrees, 25 degrees all year round. And one team goes down there, it's different from the rest of the bloody country. Green Bay are playing in -20, Miami are playing in +30. I mean, I don't get that. Why would you take over soggy old London? Yeah, the NFL are going to make a fortune out of everything. They're going to make money out of it, but I think they're not going to put a franchise in London. They are looking to manufacture somebody to step forward and say, yes, we want a team. LA, they're crying, they say they don't want a team there because they failed in the past. The Rams and the Raiders goes backwards and forward to Oakland to LA all the time. It's meant to be the second biggest TV market in the nation. So why wouldn't you have a team there? Whatever happens with that, I think the NFL are just using that. It's a promotional tool in Europe. Brilliant location for them and that. They don't care about taking home field advantage away from the team. The teams will just do whatever they're told. It's not like they've really got a choice. But to take the Miami Dolphins and New York Jets game away from Miami, I think is absolutely criminal, to be honest. You've got the Jets coming from essentially a cold northern climate, coming down to Miami and playing in bloody humid, bloody tropical almost conditions, and you'll end up going to be playing to their strength in a sense, because New York and bloody London, surely in October, it's going to be the same sort of weather. So Miami, in a sense, loses home field advantage. I went to the American Bowl games in the 80s and 90s, and they were like pre-season games at the old Wembley. And they were really amazing to watch, because you were watching players like Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, Steve Young, Joe Montana, all that. I loved it all. But now, when I see it now, I think teams, it's a disadvantage to drag them all the way over the Atlantic. Some teams are travelling like 12,000 miles just to play in front of 80,000 people. Yeah, they love it all. It's great for new fans and that. I don't see the point. You're taking teams out of their comfort zone and playing in an alien environment. You even hear some people saying, oh yeah, I'd love to have a Super Bowl in Wembley. What are you talking about? That is never going to happen. Never, ever going to happen. And what if it, like, in a season, everybody's striving for the playoffs and getting home field number 1, number 2 seed, whatever. That is number 1. That is all they want to do, is get to the playoffs and get a home game. Yet, in the regular season, fans don't seem to care. Why is that? I would care. I would hate to think my team was losing a home game. I've never been to San Francisco, so I've missed my chance to go to Candlestick Park. I'd never call it the other names. I may get to Levi's Stadium, another hideous name, but who knows? I would hate to think that they would never get to play home field. Home field is where you're meant to play better, where you have an advantage. The other team comes in, they've been travelling, all that stuff. But if you're taking teams and you're basically giving up home games, so a bunch of random fans halfway around the world can watch it, I think is wrong. I think it's totally wrong. The example I've used before is if you started taking like Arsenal-Liverpool games or Arsenal-Chelsea, Arsenal-Tottenham, playing them in New York, regular season game. No one would stand for that here, so why is there like a double standard? Oh well, the NFL, they make loads of money out of us anyway, but we've earned the right to have a game on our doorstep. No, I think it's wrong. And I will continue to take flack for supporting the fact that the game should stay where they are. Should stay in America. It's American football. It's their sport. We follow it. I followed it for 30 years. No one shoved it in my face. I went out and found it. I got a bloody rule book. I learned the game myself. and I even got football, threw it around, learned how to throw it, learned everything about it. Never actually played in a proper game with helmet and pads, but that's irrelevant. I'm a 30-year fan, bought the games, watched the games and that. I've seen pre-season games. I've never been over, I've been over to America, but I was out of season and stuff. I was slightly annoyed. I missed my chance there, but that's another story. Anyway, yeah, I think the game should stay at home for them. Miami should be playing in the sweltering heat, 25, 30 degrees in October, not in this soggy, miserable London. Anyway, this is Cynical Chinchilla saying, see you later.